Well, Johnny, Matty Stevens, of course, the man in form at the moment. We spoke, of course, the other week about him having niggles and perhaps overusage, but he had an ice pack strapped to his leg after the game on Saturday. How is he now?
He's fine, yeah. I didn't even realise that he did. He just looks after himself, so it's just sort of precautionary with Matty after a game that he ices his knees and things like that, just to help with his recovery, really. So yeah, Matty's fine. He's pleased with his day's work, scoring the winner, 3 goals in a week, well, 3 goals in a few days, really. So yeah, he's fine.
Marcus Brown, very skillful player at this level, comes in for a few challenges. Should there perhaps be more protection for him?
It's the referee's job, obviously, I don't think he's necessarily singled out Brownie. I think it's just a natural byproduct of the way that he plays, because he glides past people. He sort of gives opposition players that they think they can nick it off him, but because of the way that he moves and his ability to manipulate the ball, he tends to just get a toe or get away from them, and then sometimes they're forced into the foul. I wouldn't say that he was necessarily targeted or anything on Saturday, but that type of player, the way that he is, a dribbler, ball carrier, I think generally they're going to get fouled more than other players. So, and then when it's happening regularly, that's obviously when you want referees to intervene. But I'm sure it ain't the first time he's ever been kicked, and it won't be the last. But he's a tough lad. He's robust. He understands that it's part of the game. It's certainly part of the level, and he just gets on with it.
So being down here at the training ground on Monday, I mean, it looks pretty packed down here. Is it? Everybody is actually out there training. Everybody within the squad.
Yeah, pretty much. Got quite a few to choose from. Obviously, a couple of those are still really early in their return. Callum Maycock joining in the full session today. James Ball, Brian McLean back in full training. But they've been out a while, so we do need to build up a sort of a bulk of work with them, if you like. And they will, if they're not involved in the next couple, we might look at an opportunity of perhaps playing a friendly or something, just to try and get some of those boys some minutes, because they've been out a while. But yeah, we got a real fit squad, full squad. Selection headaches around the 11, around the 18. People have to miss out. It's unfortunate, It's the young Aussie Foyer had to miss out on the squad on Saturday, and it's I don't want anyone to miss out. If we could name 12, 13 subs, it would make my job a bit easier, but you can only name 7, so yeah, people, there's going to be some frustration around that, but people need to train. There's places up for grabs now. Even on training, people have to train well, because that might be the difference between getting on the bench or not, or getting your opportunity from the bench or not. So what it does is it makes the competition level, raises the bar again. So it's a great headache to have, but it's difficult. It's difficult to juggle, picking an 11 and then picking 7 subs to go with it. But obviously, when you're winning games, that definitely makes it a little bit easier.
It's a fantastic position to be in, of course. In mid-February, and you hear Premier League clubs having to put youth teamers on the bench, and we've got virtually everybody fit.
Yeah, we have, but don't forget that we went for a really tough period as well, where we had some of our kids on the bench. So it's not been plain sailing for us. We had to go through a real tough period. That week after the Tranmere away game in November, we lost 4 players that week, 3 of them midfielders, and we was bare bones. Don't forget, our skipper has missed half the season. He's only played half the games. Because now he's back in the team and we're doing well, and now we've got players fit. It's not been plain sailing for us, but what we done during that period is the lads that came in were fantastic, and we still managed to pick up points. So I think that's testament to the boys who came in. Some of the boys, like an Owen Goodman, Alistair Smith, Matty Stevens, Josh Nerfield, Tills. They've played pretty much every game as well. So you've had boys that have had to sort of really put their body through the ringer, and then you've had lads who have had injuries. So now that we're in a position that we've got all these players back, it's great. It's great, but don't think for 1 second that we haven't had it tough as well in moments. So I just want to keep them all fit now, because you're only one of those Tranmere away weeks from losing a load again. We're protecting them as much as we can, as in the training loads are really sensible. We're not getting a chance to do loads on the training ground. It's all about recovering and being fresh for the next game, which is never more than like 3 days away. So, but yeah, to have the group looks strong. When you have all the lads in that changing room after the game Saturday, and they're all fit and they're all there and they all want to be a part of what we're doing and what's going on, then obviously that's great to see.
It's good to speak to Dave Reddington and Terry Skiverton as well last week, but Dave, I think, made the point as well, you've got to have horses for courses in certain situations too, haven't you?
As in who you play and where and what games and stuff?
Type of opposition.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So, we always try and concentrate on ourselves before anything. And I think that the way that we are at the minute and the way that we're playing, we feel really confident going into every game. Of course, why would we not on the run that we're on? But you have to pay respect to the opposition always. And there might be little tweaks that you can make with the... never going to make wholesale changes just for the sake of it, but there's little things that we can do, little rotations we can make, little tweaks to the system that we might have to do against certain opposition that we think will give us an even better chance of getting positive results. So that's what we've done. We haven't always played the same way, and haven't always played the same 11. Even when we won games, we've made changes. So we'll continue to do that and just pick a team, an 11 and an 18 that we think is going to go into any game and get the job done.
And the next opposition is, of course, Fleetwood. Pete Wild's gone in there, did a great job at Barrow, of course. He's had a few good victories since he's taken over as well.
He's done really, really well. Really impressed with the job he's done since he's gone in at Fleetwood. Obviously done really well at Barrow, and he's got them really tough and hard to beat. And it's a difficult game. His teams are always up for it, and they'll always provide a real stern test. So especially away from home, it's going to be a difficult game on a Tuesday night with a travel and a quick turnaround from Saturday. It's a tough game. We're talking about them this morning, making sure that we're prepared for what they're going to throw at us, and they will. They'll throw it at us, and they'll believe that they can get something positive from the game. They had a good result against Walsall, who are obviously top recently. They've had some real positive ones under Pete. So, tough test coming up. But like I say, we're ready for it. We feel good, and the boys feel confident going into every game.
It is a game in hand on many teams there. How much emphasis should be placed on that at this stage in the season? Not
going to talk about it. Just going to talk about the next game. It being the next game. It being a tough one. But can we keep this run going? That's the challenge that I've laid down to the lads. We are where we are because we deserve to be, because of the run that we've been on and the points that we've had to accumulate. But we know we haven't done anything. These sorts of games Tuesday, they can tell you a lot about where you get, where you are and where you want to end up, really, because it's not an easy one. It's a tough game, tough game. We have to go there with the right mindset. But I haven't got any doubts about these lads and their mindset at the minute. The way that they're approaching every game is so professional. The way they're recovering is great. So I can't ask any more of them. But what I will do is just keep pushing them and keep pushing them. We have to go there and try and win on Tuesday.
To focus very much on Fleetwood, you're going to go up there on the day. Will you look to spend the next day over there training, or will you come back down, recover ahead of Thursday, Friday?
We're going to stay after the game. So we're going to travel up Tuesday morning by train. We'll get there for lunchtime, and then obviously the boys will have rooms so they can relax in the afternoon. We'll stay after the game, so they get a good night's sleep. So we're not, obviously, if we travel back, we wouldn't be able to get the train back. We'd be on the coach. Wouldn't get in till ridiculous time, sort of Wednesday morning, and then you're eating into your recovery time before Thursday's session. So we feel like the best way to recover is by staying after the game, and hopefully they can get a good night's sleep. They can get their food. They can recover. Probably do some sort of recovery session Wednesday morning, and then we'll travel back. And that, I think, well, we all think, it's a collaboration. The boys are the ones that have got to go up and play. So I always talk to them about these things and what do you know, what they feel the best thing is for them to get them up there on Tuesday, ready to rock, and then also what's the best thing to get them recovered in the best time for another tough game against Colchester on Saturday. So this is what we've come up with, and you know, whatever the result, we feel is the best way to go about it.
Best of luck, Johnny.
All right, cheers, Rob.